Yes, sir.
Okay, Ji. A very good morning to all the students to be present there. So today we will discuss about SF6 circuit breaker. Up till in circuit breaker, we had discussed about the construction and the working of circuit breaker, the various classifications of circuit breaker, in which we conclude about oil circuit breaker and your air blast circuit breaker. And then in that oil circuit breaker as well as in air blast circuit breaker, you see that how the arc will generate within the circuit breaker, and when the arc is generated, you have to quench this arc in a minimum possible shortest time, because if this arc is persist in the circuit breaker, it will increase the temperature uh, of the system, as well as it will affects the circuit breaker itself also. So the only thing you have to be get your mind that whenever circuit breaker has to be operated under the faulty conditions, you have to isolate the faulty system. And when you have to isolate the faulty system, the circuit breaker has to be operated. But when the circuit breaker has to be operated due to the high, you can say that the potential or the high currents or the voltages, there is an arc struck between the moving contact as well as the fixed contact, and you have to quench this arc in a minimum possible shortest time. Now, today, after discussion with SF6 circuit breaker, I will show you one video. That video is on a YouTube, so you can see that how the arc is actually generated in the circuit breaker. Okay. So coming to the part of SF6 circuit breaker, as we all know, we are discussed about the various classifications of the circuit breaker, and the classification of the circuit breaker is based upon the media of arc quenching we use. Like in case of a minimum oil circuit breaker or a oil circuit breaker, we are seeing that we are basically there use oil as a arc quenching media to extinguish the arc. Whereas in case of air blast circuit breaker, you see we can use a blast of air to quench the arc. In the same case, if you have to quench the arc with the help of gases, then that circuit breaker is basically called as SF6 circuit breaker. Now, SF6 circuit breaker, as the name suggests, SF6 means sulfur hexafluoride. It is basically a gas. A sulfur hexafluoride is basically a gas, and you can say that it will work accordingly like we have air blast circuit breaker. But only difference is that thing, in case of an air blast circuit breaker, we are pass a very high beam of air, but in case of normal, you can say that sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker, we are providing a blast of gas to quench the arc which is generated between the moving contact as well as the fixed contact. But why we can use this sulfur hexafluoride gas? Because this sulfur hexafluoride gas has certain advantages, due to which it can be used as an arc quenching media to quench the arc between the moving contact and the fixed contact when the circuit breaker is operated. Like there are certain few advantages, or you can say that certain few properties of sulfur hexafluoride gas, due to which this type of gas we can use in case of we can use this type of gas as in a circuit breaker. Like it has good dielectric strength and excellent arc quenching property. So due to high, you can say that good electric strength as well as high arc quenching property, this type of gas will be used as arc quenching in case of circuit breaker. It is an inert gas, it is non-toxic gas, it is inflammable gas, and it is a heavy gas. So these sulfur hexafluoride has certain properties, like it is inert in nature, it is non-toxic in nature, it is non-flammable, and it is a heavy gas. So due to all these properties, this gas can be used as an arc quenching media in case of circuit breaker. So under normal conditions, sulfur hexafluoride gas is chemically inert and it does not attack any metal or a glass. It decomposes at a temperature of the order of 1000 degrees centigrade. This type of circuit breaker can be used in a wide range of voltages, that will start from 3.3 kV to 765 kV and preferred for 132 kV. So that means when you notice that in case of a power system, we had generated the power at 11 kV and we have to step up the power to 132 kV, 66 kV, 220 kV, 440 kV, depending upon the distance between the generating to the distribution end. So here you can see that this type of circuit breaker is used in generating station, is used in grid station, is used in distribution system. So at any application, at any point, this type of circuit breaker we can use. the dielectric strength of sulfur hexafluoride gas increases rapidly after the current zero. So that means it is one of the most important property of sulfur hexafluoride gas, that its dielectric strength will increase when the current is having a value of zero. So due to these properties, we are basically uses the circuit breaker, SF6 circuit breaker, in which sulfur hexafluoride is basically used as a gas. Under normal conditions, SF6 is chemically inert and it does not attack, that I had already discussed with you people. And these are certain properties of sulfur hexafluoride gas, due to which we can say that this type of circuit breaker we are used in order to separate when the system gets faulty. Okay. But there are certain disadvantages. One of the most important disadvantage of SF6 gas, it is considerations at low temperature, that it can condense at a low temperature. So this is one of the most important, you can say that, disadvantage of SF6 circuit breaker, because it will condense at low temperature. So in order to flow the gas between the moving contact and the moving contact and the fixed contact, if the temperature is very low, then gas is condensed, and this is, you have to be get into the gaseous form once it can be operate at a low temperature areas. The temperature at which SF6 changes to liquid depends upon the pressure. At 15 atmospheric pressure, the gas liquefy at a temperature of about 100 degrees centigrade. Hence, the circuit breaker, that is SF6 circuit breaker, are equipped with thermostatically controlled heaters, whatever such a low ambient temperatures are encountered. So you can say that in certain areas where you have to adopt this SF6 circuit breaker, so your circuit breaker is coupled with some thermostatically controlled heaters that automatically measures the temperature of the ambient, and if the temperature is fall below a particular value, and at that point there is a chances that the SF6 circuit breaker get condensed, so automatically the heaters will operate and it will convert the gas into your into liquefied form. So this is one of the most important disadvantage of this circuit breaker. And due to this, if you require a circuit breaker, SF6 circuit breaker, that are installed in you can say that in cold areas, so you have to also adopt some certain thermostatically controlled heaters. So due to this, the cost of the circuit breaker is somehow increases. Okay, so this type of circuit breakers, that is SF6 circuit breakers, are basically manufactured with voltages of 132 kV and 3.3 kV to 132 kV. So you can see that over a wide range of voltages, these type of circuit breakers we can use. However, they are specially designed for the voltage of 132 kV or above. No doubt, I can see that. I can tell you that this type of circuit breaker can a very wide range of working voltages, about 3.6 kV to 765 kV. But these type of circuit breaker are effectively or efficiently working when the voltage is about 132 kV. As I have already written down that the dielectric strength of the circuit breaker increases rapidly after the current, the final current is equal to zero. So these are, you can say that, certain advantages or certain properties of SF6 circuit breaker. On the basis of this thing, we can use SF6 circuit breaker over in generation part, in transmission part, as well as in our distribution part. Okay. So if we talk about the types of SF6 circuit breaker, there are two types of SF6 circuit breaker. Number one is called as double pressure SF6 circuit breaker, and number two is called as puffer type SF6 circuit breaker. Minded, this number one, that is called as a double pressure SF6 circuit breaker, are nowadays cannot be used because it has certain disadvantages. So due to these type of what are the various types of disadvantages occur in a double pressure SF6 circuit breaker? We are not recently used in a double pressure SF6 circuit breaker. Nowadays we are basically using a puffer type SF6 circuit breaker. Now you can see that what is the disadvantages of this double pressure circuit breaker. See, double pressure SF6 circuit breaker is early design of SF6 circuit breaker. The operating principle is similar as that of air blast in the circuit breaker. In this type of circuit breaker, the gas from high pressure compartment is released to the low pressure compartment to extinguish the arc. Because of its complicated design and the construction, and it needs a various auxiliary such as gas compressor, filter, and control devices, this type of circuit breaker may become obsolete in today's scenario. So I'm telling you one thing, that This type of circuit breaker is exactly same. The working principle of this type of circuit breaker, that is SF6 circuit breaker, is exactly same as air blast circuit breaker. Whenever there is a fault occur in the system, your fixed contact or the moving contact, they are separated out. Moreover, you can say that whenever the fault occur in the system, the moving contact has to be separated from the fixed contact, and whenever the moving contact has to be separated with the help of spring mechanism, that is your electromagnetic coils are get energized, and it will try to move the moving contacts apart from the fixed contact. Due to high voltage, you can say that potential difference, an arc is stuck between the fixed contact and the moving contact, and you have to extinguish the arc. So whenever there's an arc occur, so a very high impact or a blow of gas is to be passed between the moving contact and the fixed contact, and since this gas is inert in nature, it deionizes the arc particle, and hence the arc will be extinguished. But again, I will tell you that in case of double pressure SF6 circuit breaker, you are seeing that in case of low temperature areas, we are generally require the heater, thermostatically heaters, or generally we are required a compressor units to to flow the compressed gas. So in that case, these types of circuit breakers can be obsolete in today's scenario. So in order to overcome this type of disadvantages, or in order to overcome this type of thing, we are coming with the puffer type SF6 circuit breaker. Now, in case of puffer type SF6 circuit breaker, this type of circuit breakers are also sometimes called as single pressure or impulse type circuit breaker. In this type of circuit breaker, gas is compressed by moving cylinder, and it is released through a nozzle to quench the arc. Just a minute, beta. I have called, just a minute. So in this type of circuit breaker, a gas is compressed by moving cylinder system, and then it is released through a nozzle to quench the arc. This type of circuit breaker is used in a wide range of voltages, ranging from 3.6 kV to 765 kV. And in next slide, I will show you about the pictorial view of this type of circuit breaker, that how this circuit can operate. The moving cylinder and the moving contacts are coupled together. When the contacts are separated, the moving cylinder moves, the trapped gas is compressed. The trapped gas is released through a nozzle and flows to quench the arc, as shown in the figure. So if you see, this is the construction type of puffer type SF6 circuit breaker. You can see on a left hand side, that is a blue version. It is basically the moving contact chamber, and we have a moving member, and then on the other side we have a pink color light is called as a fixed contact. So when there is no fault occur in the system, the moving contact as well as the moving member as well as the fixed member, they are closely coupled to each other. But whenever there is an arc generated, or whenever there is a fault occur in the system, the moving chamber get separated from the fixed chamber, and you can see that in between the moving chamber and the fixed chamber, there is SF6 gas inlet, and this gas get inserted inside this chamber. And whenever there is an arc generated in the arc chamber, the SF6 gas, since it is inert in nature, it is non-flammable in nature, it deionizes the arc components, and hence the arc will extinguish in the minimum possible shortest time. And when the arc will be extinguished in the minimum possible shortest time, the temperature of the circuit breaker is in under normal conditions, and it will not affect the circuit breaker as well as the system. So how in this way that the circuit breaker, that is SF6 circuit breaker, can operate. I will show you one more video related to this SF6 circuit breaker. This video is basically the animated video. So by seeing that animated video, you can get an idea that how this gas will inject in between the moving contact as well as the fixed contact, and your circuit breaker can operate. Okay. So this is all about the properties. Like in closed chamber, the breaker, the contacts remain surrounded by SF6 circuit breaker at a pressure of about 5 kg per centimeter square. When the breaker operates, the moving contacts are pulled apart and arc is stuck between the contacts. The movement of moving contact is synchronized with the opening of the valve, which permits SF6 gas at a pressure of 14 to 18 kg per centimeter square from the reservoir to the arc interruption chamber. The high pressure flow of SF6 rapidly absorb the free electrons in the arc path to form immobile negative ions, which are ineffective as a charge carriers. The result is that the medium between the contacts quickly builds up and dielectric strength and causes the extinguishing of the arc. And in this way, you can say that your circuit breaker can operate. Buffer type circuit breaker, there are two types of tank design, live tank design and a dead tank design. In live tank design, interrupters are supported on a porcelain insulators, and in a dead tank design, interrupters are placed in SF6 filled tank, which is earth potential. So this is about the buffer type SF6 circuit breaker. So again, these are certain advantages of SF6 circuit breaker overall, and due to the superior arc quenching property of circuit breaker are having a very short arcing time. Since the dielectric strength of SF6 circuit breaker is 2 to 3 times than that of air, so this type of circuit breaker can be used over a large current value. So there are certain advantages of these type of circuit breaker. I will send you this PPT also for your reference, so you can watch this video as well as you can go through this PPT, so you can get an idea about the advantages as well as the disadvantages of the circuit breaker. So there are different types of circuit breaker, disadvantages of the circuit breaker. Application part, I had already tell you that this type of circuit breaker has a very wide application, that it can be used about 3.3 kV to 765 kV. So it can be used in either, it can be used in your generating station, your substation, your distribution station, your grid station. Anyhow, at every point you can use this type of circuit breakers. So due to all these advantages and disadvantages, nowadays we are only and only using this type of circuit breaker, because this type of circuit breaker is very effectively circuit breaker, very efficiently it can work. It cannot let any inflammable, or it cannot let any arc, it cannot let any fire hazards also. So due to this type of advantages, we can use over a wide range of this type of circuit breaker. Okay, so now I will show you, just a minute, I will show you one video that is related to your circuit breaker operation. You can watch this video so you can get an idea. Just a minute.
गैस का यूज किया जाता है। SF6 सर्किट ब्रेकर जो रहता है वो आर्क को कम से कम टाइम में एक्सटिंग्विश कर देता है, कंपेयर टू एयर सर्किट ब्रेकर एंड ऑयल सर्किट ब्रेकर। क्योंकि सल्फर हेक्साफ्लोराइड गैस का डाइलेक्ट्रिक स्ट्रेंथ हाई रहता है। आफ्टर वाचिंग द वीडियो, अगर आपको लगेगा कि ये चैनल आप SF6 सर्किट ब्रेकर, SF6 सर्किट ब्रेकर mainly two parts से consist होता है, that is arc interrupting unit and gas system unit. Interrupting unit में दो contacts रहता है, एक fixed contact रहता है और एक moving contact रहता है, जो कि high conducting material से बना हुआ रहता है। दोनों contacts का जो टिप रहता है वो कॉपर और टंगस्टन से बना हुआ रहता है। जो फिक्स्ड कॉन्टेक्ट है वो होलो सिलेंड्रिकल शेप का रहता है और करंट को कैरी करता है और आर्किंग हॉर्न के साथ अटैच रहता है। इसमें मूविंग कॉन्टेक्ट भी होलो सिलेंड्रिकल रेक्टेंगुलर शेप का रहता है। मूविंग कॉन्टेक्ट जो है वो हाई प्रेशर SF6 गैस के वाल्व के साथ सिंक्रोनाइज्ड रहता है। इट मींस जैसे ही कॉन्टेक्ट्स ओपन होगा वाल्व भी ओपन हो जाएगा। सेकेंड, गैस सिस्टम यूनिट। सिंस SF6 गैस थोड़ा कॉस्टली होता है, इच ऑपरेशन के बाद इसका रीयूज किया जाता है। इसमें हाई प्रेशर चेंबर और लो प्रेशर चेंबर होता है। हाई प्रेशर चेंबर में हाई प्रेशर SF6 गैस प्रेजेंट रहता है, जिसका प्रेशर लगभग 16 kg पर सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर होता है। वर्किंग ऑफ SF6 सर्किट ब्रेकर। नॉर्मल ऑपरेटिंग कंडीशन पे जो दोनों कॉन्टेक्ट्स रहता है वो क्लोज रहता है, और जैसे ही सिस्टम में किसी टाइप का फॉल्ट अकर होता है दोनों कॉन्टेक्ट एक दूसरे से अलग हो जाता है। जैसे ही वहां पे दोनों कॉन्टेक्ट एक दूसरे से अलग होता है वहां पे आर्क स्टक होता है। सिंस जो मूविंग कॉन्टेक्ट रहता है वो बल्ब के साथ सिंक्रोनाइज रहता है, तो जैसे ही वो मूविंग कॉन्टेक्ट मूव करेगा तो बल्ब भी ओपन हो जाता है और वहां से हाई प्रेशर SF6 गैस आर्क के एक्रॉस फ्लो करने लगता है। आर्क में जो फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स रहता है, SF6 गैस उसको एब्जॉर्ब कर लेता है और उसको आयंस में कन्वर्ट कर देता है। जो आयंस है वो एज अ करंट कैरियर बिहेव नहीं करता है, जिसके कारण गैस का डाइलेक्ट्रिक स्ट्रेंथ इंक्रीज हो जाता है, जिसके कारण जो आर्क है वो कंप्लीटली एक्सटिंग्यूज हो जाता है। ऑपरेशन SF6 गैस का प्रेशर रिड्यूस हो जाता है और वो लो प्रेशर चेंबर में स्टोर हो जाता है। लो प्रेशर SF6 गैस को पिस्टन प्रेशर के हेल्प से उसके प्रेशर को फिर से इंक्रीज कर दिया जाता है और उसका रीयूज किया जाता है। इस तरह से जो SF6 सर्किट ब्रेकर है वो ऑपरेट होता है। SF6 सर्किट ब्रेकर का कुछ एडवांटेज है, जैसे SF6 गैस जो रहता है वो नॉन इनफ्लेमेबल होता है। SF6 सर्किट ब्रेकर कोई भी एटमॉस्फेरिक कंडीशन में ऑपरेट हो सकता है बिना अफेक्ट हुए। जब SF6 सर्किट ब्रेकर ऑपरेट होता है तो वहां पे कोई नॉइज प्रोड्यूस नहीं होता है। इसका यूज 33 किलो वोल्ट टू 800 किलो वोल्ट तक के पावर को डिस्कनेक्ट करने के लिए किया जाता है। इसमें लेस मेंटेनेंस का रिक्वायरमेंट होता है और इसमें जो गैस रहता है उसके प्रेशर को इंक्रीज करने में ज्यादा कॉस्ट नहीं आता है और इसमें SF6 गैस का हम लोग रीयूज कर लेते हैं। जो SF6 गैस है वो स्ट्रांगली इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव गैस होता है, जो कि फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को रैपिडली एब्जॉर्ब कर लेता है। तो इस तरह से कोई भी टॉपिक को
So this is that how the circuit breaker can operate. So you can see that whenever the circuit breaker has to be operated at a high current will flow from that thing, so SF6 gas will actually work on that thing and your arc will get extinguished. Okay, so I think you can get an idea that how this SF6 circuit breaker can operate, and this type of circuit breaker has a wide area of application, having more advantages. So that is why this type of circuit breaker can be used in generating part, transmission part, as well as the distribution part. Okay. Now I will tell you, I will show you one more video. This video is basically you can see that the arc will generate. It is just a video that you can get an idea that when the circuit breaker has to be operated. So you can see by animated video that how the arc will generate. Okay. So you can watch this video again. So how you can see that your arc will generate in the circuit breaker. कोई भी सर्किट रहेगा, हर एक सर्किट ब्रेकर में आपकी आर्क जो है वो जनरेट होगी। तो जस्ट इट इज जस्ट एन आइडिया दैट जब आपकी आर्क जनरेट होती है तो हम लोग आपको पढ़ा रहे हैं कि आर्क जनरेट होती है, यहाँ से आपको जस्ट आइडिया मिल जाता है कि आर्क बेसिकली जनरेट होती कैसे। और ये देखिए जितना जल्दी आपकी आर्क जनरेट हुई उतना जल्दी हम लोगों को ये आर्क को एक्सटिंग्विश करना है। ओके, सो आई हैव वन मोर वीडियो, यू कैन वॉच दिस वीडियो अगेन। See the contacts are open. These are all live working stations, grid station or a substation. When the see here, the contacts are closed. See. This is the when the fault will be removed from the circuit. After removal of the fault, your circuit breaker again gets in system.
सर बट इसमें तो दोनों कॉन्टैक्ट्स मूविंग थे ना?
नहीं बेसिकली अब वो है कि आपका जो मूविंग कॉन्टैक्ट रहेगा, फिक्स कॉन्टैक्ट रहेगा, सर्किट ब्रेकर के अंदर पार्ट काम कर रहा है ना, ये तो उसके एक्सटर्नल इक्विपमेंट है ना, वो
सर
मूविंग।
ये आइसोलेटर है क्या?
हाँ जी बेटा, सी देख हाउ,
मतलब सर सर्किट ब्रेकर आइसोलेटर को ऑपरेट करता है।
या एग्जैक्टली बेसिकली क्या कॉन्टैक्ट्स को रिमूव करता है ना, जो आपका कनेक्शन जोड़ा होता है उसको रिमूव करता है। See, when circuit breaker has to be operate, isolator remove हुए, आपके contacts open हुए, आग generate हुई आपकी।
सर पहले आइसोलेटर ऑपरेट होते हैं सर्किट ब्रेकर?
आइसोलेटर एंड सर्किट ब्रेकर अलग अलग चीज होती है बेटा। आइसोलेटर जो है वो मैनुअली ऑपरेट करता है, सर्किट ब्रेकर ऑटोमेटिकली ऑपरेट होता है। ये बेसिकली क्या है कि जब आपके, जस्ट ए मिनट,